For a time, at least. She hadn't wanted to take Jimmy away from his friends and support system, not after just losing their mother. But Kappy wondered if Edie was as unhappy with the English as she had been with the Amish. Not that Edie would ever admit such a thing. "No," Edie finally said. "Taking care of the puppies is not a challenge for him. This way he's learning all about bait and fishing poles and a whole bunch of other sportsman things like that." Kappy nodded. "I see. This is about a father figure." Edie sent her a shocked look. "Of course not." Then why would Mose, who had a 15-year-old son who helped him, need the help of a 20-something special needs man? Unless he was doing this as a favor to Edie. "So, how did you get Mose to talk to you?" Edie sniffed. "He didn't actually talk to me." She gave another of those shirt-slipping shrugs. "Jimmy went in and talked to him." "Alone?" "I was with him, of course." "Of course," Kappy murmured, hiding her smile. All that meant was Edie had been behind Jimmy, feeding him lines while Mose pretended she wasn't there. Oh, the joys of being shunned. And Edie was shunned. She had joined the church, then left the Amish. Now she was back and unwilling to rejoin the church. But at least she was providing a steady home for her brother. In light of Jimmy's trouble after their mother's murder, Kappy was glad that Edie had decided to stay. "What in the world?" Edie slowed the car, drawing Kappy's attention to the road. Normally, she didn't like to watch where they were going. Edie's driving was a little, well, scary. She drove too fast as far as Kappy was concerned and seemed to take too many chances. Any time Kappy said anything, Edie scoffed and laughed, leaving Kappy to pretend that they weren't hurtling down the road in a dangerous car with an inattentive driver. No, that wasn't the case at all. A line of cars stretched in front of them as far as Kappy could see. They all had their backlights on. Brake lights, she thought they were called, indicating that they had all stopped for something. Hardly any traffic came from the other direction, and Kappy wondered if the two were connected. Were their cars backed up on the other side of the road, just farther down and out of sight? "What's happened?" Kappy asked. Edie stuck her head out the window and craned around to better see. "I don't know. An accident, I guess." She reached for the radio knob, then pulled back with a sigh. "I guess we can't listen to the traffic report and see if there's any news." "Not until you have that bulb replaced," Kappy returned. "Fuse," Edie corrected. "Right." The radio in Edie's car had gone out not long ago, and though Kappy didn't know 2 cents worth about the details, she knew that it wouldn't work. Edie hung her head out the car window once more. "I can't see anything but cars," she complained. "A whole bunch of cars." She gave the steering wheel a quick pound. "We are going to be so late." But being late wasn't the real problem. It was how Jimmy would react to the fact they were late that was potentially troublesome. "Maybe he'll be okay," Kappy murmured. She was trying to be encouraging, but Edie just shook her head. "You weren't with me the last time." She shook her head some more. "He was not happy." "Maybe you should leave a little earlier," Kappy suggested. "Like I have control over this." She waved a hand toward the long line of cars. True, with this sort of delay, there was no way anyone was getting anywhere on time for a while. "Why don't you call Mose and tell him? Maybe if he prepares Jimmy, it won't be such a surprise to his system." Edie tossed her an appreciative look. "Hey, that's not a half-bad idea." She fished her phone out of her purse and pulled up the number, setting the phone to call before she tossed it to Kappy. "You tell him." Kappy frowned, but couldn't say anything, as Mose picked up the phone at his bait.